guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Carrie and this is my book corner. Hey, it's that time again for my monthly reading wrap up. So this video is going to be all the books that I read in the month of May. And I didn't read a lot, so I figured I would also do a book haul for the books that I've gotten basically since my last book haul. So the last few months, all the books that I've gotten, and I thought it would be a fun video to make. So that's what we're going to do today. Also, if you can see my little kitty cat, this is Doc, and she loves her little cardboard box because she won't sleep in any cat beds that we buy her. So she's in an old box, and she loves it. So anyway, all right, let's go ahead and get started. May was a great month because, as you know, April, I didn't read anything. So the fact that I read something in May is already an improvement. You leaving? So I read a total of 4 books, which, like I said, getting out of a slump, 4 books in a month is absolutely amazing. So, cat hair. Anyway, so the first book I read was A Hawk's Soft Embrace by Odessa Highwell. I read it on my Kindle, since I have a Kindle now. I'm going to put the picture of the book up here, though. This book was about some side characters from her other book, Apika's Safe Haven. And there were these 2 characters on the side where everyone was like, they need a story. Okay, they need their own story. So she decided to listen to the people and she wrote their story. So this one is the same thing as Apika's Safe Haven, shifters. Both of them are hawk shifters, but they're brothers. So it is a taboo shifter book. Absolutely loved it. Baz and Altair, I think that's how you say his name. I absolutely love them together. They were so stinking cute, and just I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. I think I liked it more than Apika's Safe Haven, probably because of the taboo nature of it, but also just the connection that Baz and Altair had with each other. I loved it. Then the second book I read in May was A Date with Dad. And again, that's by Odessa Highwell. I'm trying to find it on my Kindle because I'm on my phone. So yes, Date with Dad. This is a taboo little novella, and it's like a Valentine's Day collaboration with different authors or whatever. So this was her contribution to the said collaboration. And so it's taboo, father-son. It's Nathan and his father, and I really enjoyed it. Nathan's father, his wife had found out that her husband was cheating on her, and she found out that he was cheating on her with a man. What she didn't know was that he was cheating on her with his son. So it's a good thing she didn't find out. But because of that, they were able to spend Valentine's Day together as like a real couple. So they had a little Valentine's date, and it was super cute, super spicy, super quick read, and I really enjoyed it. No complaints. I really enjoyed that one. That was a good one. I'm sorry, I'm just rapid fire through these because I only read 4 books, and plus they pretty much all of them were novellas, so they weren't like full-length novels. Anyway, so the third book I read in May was Father's Favorite, again by Odessa Highwell. I was able to have an early copy of this, and again, this is taboo, father-son, another collaboration with different authors for like a Father's Day series. So this was her contribution. This was my favorite book of the month. Again, it's a novella but it counts. Absolutely loved it. Oh, sorry, I shook you guys. Okay. Anyway, absolutely loved it. Again, father, son, they go on Father's Day weekend to like their family's cabin, just the two of them, because like the oldest brother is busy with work and the youngest brother is just, he has some issues going on, you know, with like drugs and alcohol and stuff, and his life just isn't put together. But the middle child, he's always the one who was not really ignored, but he wasn't really given his father's attention as much as he wanted, because his father knew he didn't have to worry about him. But they go on this Father's Day weekend trip, just the two of them, and, you know, they talk out their issues, and you realize the reason why the father was not paying attention to his son as much as he should have is because he had feelings that a father should not have for a son, and that's why. Things go from there, and it was really sweet. I really enjoyed these two characters, both of them. I love both of their points of view, and I really could do with a full-length novel of these two. I really think she could really go in depth with before like the Father's Day trip, how they interacted, and then also after, and how their relationship grew and developed and maybe turned into something like, you know, like a real relationship. But even so, even if she never does that, I'm okay. It was a 5-star, favorite book of the month. I really enjoyed it. So yeah, this was totally a taboo heavy, Odessa Highwell heavy month, and I'm not sorry about it. So there you go. Now, the last book I read was another arc. This one it's called Love in Tuscany, and it's 3 different authors that each wrote a little like short story in it. So it's Maya Jean, Hannah Henry, and J.J. Mulder. You guys know I love J.J. Mulder, okay? If you saw my last video, you know I love J.J. Mulder, okay? Love it. 3 interconnected standalone stories that all take place in Tuscany at this destination wedding, the same wedding. So the first one by Maya Jean, it's the bride's brother. It's like half brother. He's recently divorced and heartbroken. He's a heart surgeon. He comes over to the wedding, obviously to be there for the wedding because he's family. And he meets the best man, who is a football player, just like the groom. And they hit it off, and they say it's just, you know, just a fling. But they both realize that it's not just a fling. Like, it needs to be more. It can be more. So let's explore it. And that's what they do. And it's so stinking cute. Really, really enjoyed that one. Oh my God. I love both of those characters. I love Sully, and I love Tate. I'm pretty sure his name is. Love them both. The way they had their own personal stuff going on, but they allowed their hearts to open up and to have it become more than a fling. I really enjoyed it. Loved it. And the ending was chef's kiss. Perfect. The second one was by Hannah Henry, and this one was about the photographers for the same wedding. They have a little bit of a history, and, you know, some miscommunication going on. They, you know, so they're like forced to work together, and I really like their story. To me, I think the way they resolved the miscommunication issue, it was a little bit fast, but because of the length of these stories, I knew it had to be. So I was okay with it, but I think it could have been fleshed out or slowed down a little bit more. But at the same time, I understand with the length constrictions, maybe, you know, they weren't able to. But besides that, it was really cute. That's what Nash and Rory, I really like them together, but I just think they resolved it too quickly, but that's okay. I still enjoyed it. They were cute. And then the third and final one was J.J. Mulder, Love with Roman and Nilo. I think that's how you say his name. Roman is a guest of the bride at the wedding, and Nilo is this Finnish bartender who's working the wedding. And they end up going on this road trip throughout Italy, you know, sightseeing and what have you. And as you can tell, obviously they end up falling in love, and it's super cute. I absolutely love Nilo's confidence in who he is. And I absolutely love Roman because he is, like Nilo says, he's like huge, like a Viking, but inside he's just a big old softie, and he loves Nilo. I mean, he loves the way he looks, he loves his makeup, he loves his clothes, he loves his hair, and he just wants to spend as much time as possible with him, and they're stinking adorable. I absolutely enjoy, oh my God, like I messaged JJ Mulder on Instagram. I was like, can I get a Roman, like my own Roman on like Amazon, like on Prime or what? Because I really don't want the Temu version, if you know. But you know, if I never get him, that's okay. I am happy. I'm happily married with my husband, so it's okay. But I really enjoyed it. And that whole book as a whole, I liked it. I wish I had more things like that where they were short stories all, you know, interconnected, but standalone at the same time. I really enjoyed it. So that was fun. So yeah, those were the 4 books I read in May, and I really enjoyed them. It was a great reading month. So let's go ahead and get into the fun part. Can we get into the fun part? Let's do a book haul. Okay? Book haul. No order, because I just threw all the books down that I know I've gotten recently, and I just put them in piles in front of me. So let's just get started. How about we start with Odessa Highwell. If you remember in my last video, I had mentioned that she had asked me to take pictures of her books for her website. And in exchange, she just sent me copies of physical books that I didn't have yet. I had most of her books, but there were a couple that I didn't own yet, just like alternate covers. So she was super, super sweet, and that's what she did. So the first one is Morally Ambiguous. It's a Morally Ambiguous duet. This is the new cover. I also, like I said, I do have the old cover, but like the model on this is so handsome. I love it. He's so cute. And so I got this one. I'm not going to go into the synopses of these really, especially because I already have this book. I've already read it, love it. But I'm so thankful that she sent me this cover because I think it's very nice. And the other one she sent me, the covers they go together very nicely. Twisted Together. This is another Taboo with brothers, and I just needed it. Again, very, very cute man. I've seen him on a couple other books or whatever as a cover model, but yeah, I didn't have this copy. I have 2 other copies, I think, of this book. I have the old cover and then like the special edition cover, and then she was nice enough to send me the updated one. So I think they look really nice together. So thank you, Odessa Highwell, for sending these to me. I love them. They are on my shelf, and they look absolutely gorgeous with all their brothers. So thank you. Now, book of the month. The last how many months I've been skipping. I haven't really enjoyed their selections very much, and you know, I mean, if you have book of the month, I think you understand. Sometimes they just don't have great selections. But they finally got A Curse Carved in Bone, right? The second with A Fate Inked in Blood. And I had first gotten A Fate Inked in Blood from Book of the Month. So I wanted to have a matching cover for the second book. I have not read this yet. This is going to be the copy I read. I just haven't wanted to pick up a physical book yet. Like I said, last month it was all on my Kindle, you know, so, but I loved A Fate Inked in Blood. I gave it 5 stars. I own so many copies of it. It's not even funny, except for the Fairy Loot. If anyone is selling that for cost, hit me up. But I love this book, or I loved A Fate Inked in Blood. So I'm hoping I will love this book too. I have not looked at any reviews because I don't want to get spoiled at all. But like I said, Fate Inked in Blood was perfect to me. It was 5 stars and I loved it. I understand the issues people had with it, but I don't care. I had a fun time and that's all I care about. So love this one. So good job, Book of the Month, to have a matching cover for this. And then the other one I got was Alex North's book, The Man Made of Smoke. Sorry, it's a little, I had it sitting for a while. The Man Made of Smoke by Alex North. Do I know what this is about? No. I had first looked at it when I bought it, but I had read, hold on, he's on my shelf. Yeah, The Whisper Man and The Shadows. I read both of those. I got them from Book of the Month by him. Oh my God, he is such a good thriller writer. I absolutely love those books. I still have not read The Angel Maker, I think that's what it's called, because Book of the Month never got it, which is really upsetting. But I figured if they had another Alex North book, I'm going to get it. I love the writing. I loved, like I said, those two. I'm super excited to get into this one. And hopefully I will soon, because I think I'm in the mood for like some kind of good thriller, since last time I tried a thriller, I DNF'd it. So there's that. All right. Next, to go along with that one Book of the Month book, I also got the first edition of A Curse Carved in Bone. So this is the one with the metallic edges. The first on Fate, Ink and Blood, they were metallic blue, and this one is metallic red. And you know, the end pages are red, and then the cover is like embossed. Super, super pretty. And I love that I have the first edition of this. I had pre-ordered it on, I don't remember, Amazon or Target or something, but either way, I got it and I love it, and I have it, you know, I will put it back on my shelf with the first edition of Fate, Ink and Blood, because I love these covers. They're gorgeous. I mean, you don't need a special edition of this book. You just need this, and it's really beautiful, in my opinion. So there's that. Next, I got Fate Crate were having their past items sale a little bit ago, and I had wanted this series to try. I had heard good things. So I got A Deal with a Demon by Katie Robert. I got the book set, the box set of these. And so there's like 6 little novellas in here. I have not gotten to read these yet. My husband is currently reading the first one, The Dragon's Bride. This one's empty. So he's currently reading that. He says he really likes it, and I'm excited to get into it. I've heard good things about this. I have never read a Katie Robert book, but I'm excited to get into this and see if I like her writing. So we'll see how that goes. Oops. Then, have you guys ever heard of Ashley Bennett? She writes the Leviathan Fitness series, and the first one is Muscles and Monsters, which love. Atlas and Tegan. Atlas? Anyway, love that one. I gave it 4 stars, 4.5 stars. I had a couple issues with it, but then she wrote the second one. Tentacles and Triathlons, 5 stars. 5 stars. Not just because it's an MM book. Okay, yes, it is MM. Okay, it is a queer book. That's not the only reason. She fixed all the issues from the first book and made them perfect in the second. And so I'm rambling, but I have those books, right? And she came out with special editions. She came out with a special edition of Muscles and Monsters. I have that, but I got that forever ago, so I'm not including that. And then she came out with a special edition for Tentacles and Triathlons, which is my favorite of hers. And it came in the mail, and it's absolutely precious. Come on. In the back. Come on, they're in the pool. And it came with an art print. And later on in the book, there's this cute, look. Come on, it's so stinking cute. I cannot show you the, she has a little not safe for work version of this in here, and I can't show you that, but I love it. I love it. The first page, you know, it's signed and it's beautiful, and I am obsessed. This book is so good. This book is so good. And what's exciting was her series got picked up, so she's like publishing them again she's extending them, putting more material in. I already pre-ordered Muscles and Monsters. I forget when it comes out. Not for a while yet, but I already pre-ordered it because I love this series so much, and I'm so excited that they got picked up and they're actually getting extended, longer books. More material, the better, I'd say. So I am very, very excited about that. All right. Now this one is very exciting. This is a signing exclusive. I had to go on one of those, you know, buy, sell, trade groups because I can't afford to go to, you know, conventions and author signing events. I can't do that. So I had to ask someone in the buy, sell, trade group, hey, can you pick this up for me and I'll pay it, you know, and I'll just pay for shipping. And so that's what I did. So this one is Make Me by Alina May. Okay. Yes, the cover is kind of boring. I mean, I like the foil, but I got it for the hardcover, the naked hardcover. Unfortunately, I cannot show it to you unless I cover it up. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so here's the cover. Okay, the reason I got it. And it wraps around the back. So 1 second. 1 second. There we go. And it wraps around the back. I love the foiling, right, of the quote on the back. I love the foiling of the cover. I love the sprayed edges. I think they were done really well. But the cover I absolutely love. I love the title and the red foil. I think it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Unfortunately, I cannot display this in my home because if you can't tell, I have my shelves in my living room. And I have 5 children. So I have to, unfortunately, keep the cover, the dust jacket on. So I have it facing forward like this. And eventually I think I might put some shelves in my bedroom with just my, you know, not safe for work graphic covers or what have you. But this one was beautiful. This is more beautiful in person than it was on the picture I saw online. And the picture I saw online was gorgeous too. So I'm very, very happy with this one. Okay, we are at the end. We're at the end. These next books, I have been through it. I have been through it with these books, okay? There is an Instagram page, and it's a like bibliophile on Instagram, okay? It's this one girl in India, and she does these sprayed edges for books. And I had ordered from her once before. And I had waited a bit. They were a little delayed, but the book I had gotten from her was a very popular release. So I understand why it took so long because she, you know, they were never in stock. So I was fine. When I finally got it, it was worth the wait. The edges were gorgeous. Perfect. So, you know, she would post books every now and then for sale, and, you know, she would do pre-orders. But none of them really stood out. I was like, I don't need that. I don't need that. I don't need to spend my money on that. I don't need that. But then she announced that she was doing Empire of the Vampire and Empire of the Damned. Now, those were my favorite books. Was it last year? Pretty sure it was last year. They were my books of the year, both of them. I love them both equally. The third one comes out in November. Super excited. But anyway, so she was doing these editions. She was doing hardcover. Unfortunately, she had apparently done Empire of the Vampire in the past. So she was going to do an Empire of the Damned matching one to that one. But because the hardcover of Vampire was no longer in stock, or it was out of print, she couldn't sell both. I was late to the game with Empire of the Vampire. I'll admit, I was late to the game. So I had messaged her. I was like, I really want the hardcover. Do you have a hardcover of Vampire? And she said, well, I have this old design. And you could have I have like my own copy, or like an old extra copy, you know, in plastic. You could have that. So I was like, oh my God, that'd be great. So I ordered Empire of the Vampire, Empire of the Damned hardcover in those matching old designs. And then I got the paperback set with the new design. So excited. I ordered it in April of last year. Okay, April 2024. Okay, and it was supposed to start shipping out in July or August. Okay, so I was like, okay, fine, that's perfectly fine. You say that up front. It's a pre-order. I understand about waiting. Well, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, all these months went by. And apparently this person had ghosted everybody. She just stopped selling. She stopped sending people books. It's a whole thing. If you go on the Instagram page, you will see all these comments of like, where did you go? She just disappeared. She stopped posting. She wouldn't answer anybody. Anyway, sorry. I don't want to go on a rant about her. I totally could. If you want to know more information, let me know. But I would message her every day on Instagram, and I would email her, and never heard back from either one. And eventually I emailed her like one last time. I was sick of it. I was like, it has been over a year. Where are my books? And all of a sudden it was like 5 o'clock in the morning. She emailed me back and she's like, I'm so sorry. Here's the tracking, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So over a year, that's when you send me the tracking, whatever. Long story longer, I eventually got the books. Okay. You can tell me if they were worth the wait. Okay. All right. Here's Empire the Vampire, the hardcover. Okay. And top edges are red, but then here are the side. Okay. So this was the old design. I wanted the more detailed one, but Empire the Vampire, I guess like the UK edition hardcover, it's like out of print or something. I don't understand. But there's this one, which I think is absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. And then here's Damned. Okay, so it's black instead of red. And then same design, just obviously different color scheme. So these are them together. Okay, gorgeous. I like them. They're simple, but because of how thick these books are, it's like really, they really pop, I think. I think they're beautiful. So these are the hard covers. Okay. Now the paperbacks, these are something special. These are something special. So here's the paperback of Vampire. And then are you ready for the, are you ready? Can you see that? I hope it's in focus because I'm on my phone, so I can't tell. But come on. It doesn't even look like pages. I have not opened it. I don't want to ruin the beautiful imagery on here. Absolutely stunning. Stunning. And then here's Damned. So here's the cover, paperback, and then here's the edges, which I think are, again, stunning. Stunning. Like, it doesn't even look like, it doesn't even feel like pages. It's absolutely beautiful. And then together I have them on my shelves facing out like this. And I just can't get over how absolutely gorgeous they are. They're breathtaking. They're amazing. They're stunning, gorgeous, all the adjectives. But were they worth over a year wait? I don't know. You know, I'm so glad I had them. I spent a decent penny on them. Okay. I don't know if it's worth it, but I'm happy they're here. And I love having them on my shelves, but I don't know. You tell me, was it worth the wait? I don't know. So there you have it. That was my book haul of the last, I don't know, the last few months, I guess, because it's been a while since my last one. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with all the books I got. And I'm expecting an edition from Twisted Fiction. I check the the shipping updates every day, and it still hasn't shipped. And it's like everyone else is getting their books and I'm not. It's like, ugh. So once that gets here, I'll be able to show you guys that one. Very excited. But I think that's it. I haven't really bought any other books because of that reading slump I had in April, and I just don't feel the need to buy more books when I have how many books on my shelves that I still need to get to. So there's that. And I also wanted to say happy Pride. Okay, happy June, happy Pride. Even though Braves, they are my favorite baseball team, but they're like the only team who has not made a Pride post. And that kind of pisses me off. So I don't know. They're still my teen. They always will be. They always have been. I grew up watching them, but it kind of gives me the ick. They have not posted anything about Pride, so kind of pisses me off. I think that's it. I'm gonna need to stop like thinking about stuff at the end to like add on, but I do want to say happy Pride. I am going to keep reading how I normally read. Okay, I'm not one of those people who are like, oh, I'm only going to read queer books in June and that's it. Please, I read queer all year. Okay, it's fine. So yeah, that's my video. Those are the books I read in May and also my book haul. Let me know what your favorite book that you read in May is, or what's the last book you bought since I got the book haul. I would love to know. And like I said, I always ask you guys and no one answers me, but let me know what book, you have recently gotten, or what was your favorite book of May, and I can add that to my TBR, because as you can tell, I don't have enough books to add to my TBR. So please feel free to let me know. If that's it, I'm going to let you guys go, and I will see you guys in my next video. Okay? Bye, guys.